Launch default.hta located on the root of the Iconic Suite installation DVD or zip file. In the Product Installation section, click on the Iconic Suite. This launches the prerequisite setup step. This step prepares the computer by installing necessary Windows operating system features, additional dependencies, and helpful tools. This list could vary from one computer to another, depending on the Windows updates and other software installed prior to Iconic Suite installation. Microsoft .NET 3.5 and IIS features on Windows operating system are enabled and might take some time if they haven't been enabled before. Iconic Suite uses SQL Server to store its configurations. You will be prompted to install the SQL Server Express Edition if no SQL Server is detected on the computer. If you plan on using a remote SQL instance, you can skip it at this step by clicking No. A prompt for installing the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio may also be seen. You can skip it if that is not needed. Click on Install and follow the prompts as the installation advances. You may be asked to reboot prior to proceeding to the main installation. On the main Iconic Suite installation, click Next. Scroll through the license agreement to read and accept it. Click Next to continue. The suite selection step allows you to pick the different modules to install on the computer. Genesis 64 can be installed in the basic SCADA or advanced mode. We're going to pick the advanced mode for this video, along with the rest of the modules that are available. Checking the box for GenDemo installs a set of example displays and configurations that can be used to demonstrate the different features available in the suite out of the box. Checking the box for local help installs the help files on the computer for local access. This can be useful for systems that do not allow for internet access. It is recommended to keep this box unchecked to get access to the most updated documentation available online. Since Facility Analytics was selected in the previous step, we are prompted to enter a serial key to include a pre-engineered set of equipment vault rules that can be tweaked to match your need for building automation. If you don't have a serial key, uncheck the option and click Next. Alarmworks Multimedia module can send email alerts either using an SMTP server or Microsoft Outlook. You can leave it at the default if you're not sure. If you wish to change from one to another in the future, contact our technical support team. There are two options available for the paging agent alert: SNPP or using a modem. SNPP doesn't need extra hardware, that's usually the choice of install. Enter the Windows user account credentials here. This is the user account that will be used to set up IIS permissions and run all the Iconic services on the computer. Make sure that the user account used here has local administrative privileges on the computer to be able to install new applications and create services. Optionally, you can also create a new Windows user dedicated to running Iconic services by clicking on the New User Information button. Create an administrative user account that can be used to log into Iconic's applications. Be sure to remember this user credentials as these will be needed to log in as soon as the installation finishes. To skip activating Iconic security, check the box to install a demonstration system. For this video, we will check this option. Select the SQL Server instance where you would like to install the module configurations. For this video, we're going to use the local SQL Express server that was installed during the prerequisite step. You may choose to install each module's configurations in its own database or install all of them within one single database. That's called a unified database. We will use a unified configuration in this video. Check the box to include sample configurations for each module while installing the unified database. Optionally, you can also check the box for silent configuration. Checking this box will suppress the upcoming 4 prompts that we are going to see. We will leave it unchecked for this video. You can find details about each option within the Getting Started guide on the installation splash screen. Clicking on the Install button starts the installation process that takes about 10 to 20 minutes. During this step, files are copied and services are created on the computer and might take some time. The default project setup. Specify a project settings database. This contains the information regarding all the settings selected in Workbench. Specify a database for storing the server module configurations also. Click on Next. In this step, you may selectively include the modules or sample configurations or override configurations for each module. For this video, we will leave them at the default options and click on Install. The configuration database tables are created for each module during this step. Once the installation has finished, you will be prompted to reboot the computer to be able to finalize the changes and start using the Iconic Suite.